This is my first ever video of me just, I don't know, talking about stuff. You're gonna hear noises in the background, like my laptop, its fan is on it. It's a big interference sometimes. And my washer is on. I'm washing some white shirts for tomorrow. I don't know, I've always wanted to, I guess you can call it V-logging or whatever the case. Yeah, I've always wanted to do it, just never really went ahead and did it. So, I'm starting now, I guess. My name is Richard. 18. I'm going to college and such. And, I don't know, just feel like talking about whatever's been online lately. And well, lately it's been, I don't know, things to do on the soul. On account of I was assigned a paper, so I had to do a lot of information, a lot of looking. And well, it's led me to a few things I had never really thought about before. But then again, I think that's college for you. Yeah, I'm looking up there sometimes because the TV's on and it's Family Guy. But how can I put it? Well, I've been studying the soul and using philosophers like Hume and Plato and a few other philosophers. Can't remember their names right now. But yeah. Hume says that the soul doesn't exist. All of us, we live in a physical world, so anything that's not within this physical world that we can't see, touch, feel, anything to do with the five senses, if we can't feel it like that in that sense, then it ultimately just doesn't exist, or it's beyond our capabilities of knowing. Plato, on the other hand, believes in the soul. He believes in the tripartite soul, which basically means the soul is made up of three components. The reason, which deals with language and logic. Then you have the spirit, which is basically the emotions that we come across, like rage, depression, sadness, all that stuff. And then you have bodily appetites, which would be all your desires and wants and needs and stuff like that. Sex, greed, gluttony, kind of a mix of like the seven sins, but it's not to be confused with Freud's theory of the subconscious and conscious mind, or the superego, the ego, and the id. It's a bit different than that. So I'm arguing that the soul exists, and in doing so I have to use a few philosophers to prove it. And I think our professor, or my professor, says that Hume would be the best person to use. So going with Hume, and a few theories that connections I've made, is with reincarnation. Bunch of cases all around the world. Show evidence of it, and if it's seen, felt, heard, anything to do with the physical body, if you're able to feel it, then it can be proven true. As well as if it can be duplicated or invoked successfully, then again it can be proven true. So going with reincarnation, going with this young boy in China, in Danfang, a province, I think in Southeast Asia. And while he's 6 years old and he knows the dialect from about another province called Guangzhou, something like that, which is about 160 kilometers away. And he knows the dialect, he remembers his old family and everything. And it's startling because, this stuff really exists. I mean, I have an open mind. I've never been one to cast out the people who have different ideas whether they believe in the soul or not, whether they're atheist, Buddhist, Catholics, Christians, all that. It's cool. Everything has a valid point to make. And so, yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing. And, well, yeah, just said it right now. But, go figure. Oh, then I'm using the ghost, like a ghost, as a way of proving it, saying that if the soul is like, energies or matter is neither created nor destroyed. So if a soul were to leave the body, and its remnants remain on this plane on Earth, then it's not hard to believe, since it could be an incomplete soul. I believe the soul is not just incomplete; it's full of reasoning, like a regular mind. But in order to prove this, I have to use Plato as well. So I'm using his tripartite soul theory, and to make it valid, I have to say that a ghost is just an incomplete soul, meaning that it only relies on its emotions. Because most of the time, whenever you hear or read about ghosts, they usually has to do with being emotionally tied. And I'm saying that the ghost is an incomplete soul. So in which case, it's it just basically drives and lives on emotion. So if it's energy, and if we as human beings, since we are heavily affected by our emotions, then why can't a ghost be or soul? I mean, we have blind rage where we're able to fucking move tables, and just there's a lot of, I guess, you don't want to fuck with somebody when they're angry, because it's like their strength is being fueled by anger, or like crippling depression, when your body starts to shut down and you just feel like shit, even though everything else is fine, you're just really, really sad. So I'm saying that, I've been working on it for I think 2 weeks already, just do this Thursday. Procrastination is a bitch. It truly is. A lot of things are on my mind. Just feel like putting them down now, or recording them and posting them on, so then I can just look at it forever within my little menu of videos. I have a few, but I'm starting a diet tomorrow. I've been really, trying to get my whole weight down. I've been trying for a few years. It's just, I'll do it, and I'll get lazy about it, or something comes up, and it's just like, why bother? So hopefully this time I'll stick to it. Fingers crossed. Posting it on Tumblr. Everything that I have on my Tumblr, like that little bio thing, it's a lot more to me, I guess. I'm random, open-minded. I love the performing arts. I'm completely enthralled by them. I don't know, just, if you have any suggestions on how I can prove the soul is real, go ahead and ask me. Also, have any topics you'd like to talk about, or stuff like that, go ahead and ask me. Furthering my knowledge is something I really do like to do. And I guess, for now, this is it. You guys have a good night. And stop.